Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel likes try anything, so you don't have to. Today we're going to have a look at another watch from the Casio range, and this one is a ladies' watch, or what could be determined as probably more of a child's watch, if anything. And the reason will become apparent when I unbox it. Now, this watch here, it does feel reminiscent, or the packaging does feel reminiscent something from the 80s or 90s. It's quite different to the normal Casio affair. And I would imagine there is a variant to this watch that can be bought on Amazon, but I did look for this version on Amazon, and you can't get it anymore. Now, this watch here is the Casio LW-201, and it has a module number of 2898. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly take it out of its box. I'm going to show you around the item, the actual Casio LW-201, show you what it's made of. In this instance, it's a bit different to the one that you can get on Amazon, but you know, the link below is to the one I'm going to talk about, or kind of hint at what you can get. I'm going to talk around the actual watch, show you some of the features, and say what it's like to pop on my wrist. So let's crack on. So let's just get it quickly out of the box. So as you can see here, it's a bit, as I said, it is a bit of a different packaging to the normal Casio affair. But I'd imagine this is because this variant of this watch may be a watch that you can't get anymore. So out of here, I mean, obviously you get the usual, you know, Casio affair with the instructions, the little label that comes on the watch, the watch holder, packaging, etc, etc. So I'll just quickly move that out of the way. And what we got here, as I say, is the Casio LW-201. Now this is a slightly different variant. Which is there is a variant which has got like a resin band around the whole watch, sorry, a resin strap. Now that watch is available on Amazon, and I have linked to it below. Now this one isn't, unfortunately. So as I said, I got this off eBay, and the reason why I got it off eBay, because I was just going through watches as I always do, you know, enjoying the kind of growing watch collection and what have you. And with this watch, it came up, and the way the actual photo was taken, it looked a lot bigger than what it is in reality. So you know, it's not a big deal. I mean, I didn't pay too much for this watch. So as you can see here, this one is it's a fabric band variant, which, as you can see here, it has a resin case, which I believe is around a 34mm diameter mark, but it has it is a small watch in comparison to some of the other watches I've featured on the channel. And I'll just quickly, later on I'll show you the difference between some of the watches I have got, like the F-91W, just so you can see how small this watch is and why I think this is probably more ideal for a child, or a lady as such, who wants, you know, is after a bit of a sportier watch. Now I'll pop on screen the watch that I'm linking to in Amazon, so you can see the variant that, you know, what you can get of this watch. But this one here has it's kind of got a grey case to it, which, as I say, is like a resin plastic. The pushers are blue, just to you know, like marry up with the actual fabric strap that I've got on this watch. And obviously with this watch being fabric, it also has kind of a leather effect. I don't think it's genuine leather, it doesn't mention it. So it has, I would say it's a leather effect, or synthetic leather, kind of, how can I say, like a decoration to it as such. Now this watch, it does have the usual Casio affair with it being a stainless steel back. And as I said, it is module number 2898. And that's it really. I mean, it is a small watch. I mean, it's about 10mm with a case thickness. The usual, I believe, quartz movement that powers it. And also, when brand new, it does come with a 10-year battery, which is great for these watches. I mean, it is quite the norm for Casio. There's only a few exceptions where it doesn't apply. But also, as well as that, it is 50 meters water resistant, as you can see, just listed there. So, you know, there's a lot going for this little watch, as it were. And, you know, as I said, for a kid, for a child, you know, like a 7, 8, 9-year-old maybe, well, you know, around that age range, you know, it's probably a nice little watch to have, really. And also, you know, for a lady who just likes something, you know, just to pop on the wrist if she's doing something like a job's a bit more intense, physical activity and stuff like that, you know, then again, you know, like a beta watch for ladies, then, you know, it is a great looking watch so far. So looking at the display, which is quite a nice open, you know, clear display, there's nothing, no decorations or no graphic design or no design elements obscuring the actual display on this one. So it is very open in the way it looks. So obviously what you've got here, you've got the actual day of the week, the month in the year, the date in the month, and also you have the actual time. You have obviously the hour, second, and hour, minute, and second going on there, and also you have the usual. Sometimes Casio likes to feature like a little graphic that just indicates like the movement of the seconds going up through, every tens of seconds really. So there you go, really. I mean, it's a nice, as I say, it's a nice looking open feel to it really, which I would imagine is ideal for this watch of this size. Right, and as I've mentioned, what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare it to some of the other watches that I've got in the Casio collection that I've got. So obviously this is the, coming up now is the W-201. This is probably one of the other smallest watches I have got in the range of the collection that I've got going on here. Again, ideal for children and stuff like that really, and ladies, people with small wrists really, not being, like a big watch in essence really. So this watch is a lot smaller than this watch in comparison, but I just wanted to show you that. The other one is the iconic F-91W. Again, a watch I featured on the channel, but again a watch that is obviously it is well known by everyone around the world really, especially by collectors and what have you. But it's not far off. Interestingly, the actual display seems a bit more bigger on this watch. Plus it does fit, it's obviously got that little graphic element at the top there. But again, it features a little bit more, including the month as well on the right. So, just to give you an idea of comparison of size. So it's the F91's a touch bigger. Next one is the AEQ-230. Bit more of a, obviously, analog digital watch going on here. The watch face here is just a little touch bigger here, but I would imagine the case is around the same size. So again, just to give you a comparison. And then finally, the monster I've got of the collection at the minute, which is the AEQ-110. Obviously for a bigger wrist and more aimed at men as opposed to ladies. But again, just to give you an idea of the size of this watch really. So what I'm going to quickly do, I'm going to quickly show you some of the functions on this watch now we've done the comparison part. And it's as easy as really, just going through any normal kind of Casio if you've got a few in your collection. So if you just want to adjust the time and stuff like that, keep your finger down on the adjust button, which obviously there is 4 pushes going on here. And you just go through, and then what you do is just press that button there just to, go up in the range of time, including hours, minutes, years, months, dates, and then obviously days. You can just obviously go through the spectrum of the actual values that are available to you there. Obviously you can just press adjust there again. The other modes that it has an alarm, which is very easy to activate. You just press the 24-hour here, just have a look at the alarm. If you want the hourly signal, which this watch also features, you just press it again, it just does the hourly signal. And then finally, if you want both the alarm and the hourly signal to work, then you just press it there. And if you want it off, it's just as easy as that. To adjust the actual alarm, again, the usual adjust sequence going on here. Obviously you just press the adjust, then press the mode button here just to go through the hours and the minutes that you want to adjust, and then you just press this pusher here, the 24-hour, 12-hour, just to go up in the actual range really. And just one thing you do need to be aware of, obviously as soon as you press the adjust button, the alarm will activate, so just be aware of that fact, and then obviously just turn it off. The other thing this features is a stopwatch, and it measures the capacity for measurement. It measures, I believe, in 1/100th of a second, if I'm right in thinking, and it does split times, 2 finishes, and will display up to 23 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. So, you've got quite a range of time that you can measure with using this watch. And again, it's as easy to operate as just pressing that button there to set the watch off. Obviously you can then press that to get you a split time going on here, and then if you want to just stop the stopwatch there and just reset it, it's as easy as that. And I have listed the instructions underneath in the description below if you want to find out more about the actual the actual split times and 2 finishes that this watch does offer. The other thing this watch offers is a dual time. Now what I like about this watch, I mean, it is, even though it is a small display, you can still see the home time going on here. So with the home time, obviously it's 10:26, but what I've done, I've set it 5 hours behind, just to kind of indicate New York time going on here. So again, this doesn't automatically set it with the time that you've got as the main time. So you have to go through the usual adjust, go through that parameter there, then go through that process there, and it's as easy as that really. But as I say, it's not automatic. It will do it. You will have to do it independent of whatever the main time is on your main screen, and then it's back to that. So really, it's it's quite feature packed, but I find it's quite user friendly really in what you can do, because obviously you got the 4 pushers, and then as I've mentioned, I have listed the instructions below. Just quickly, I forgot to mention this, hence why you'll probably find it's the next day, because I noticed when I was editing the video. It's just a quick addition really, is that it also has a light function here, which when you press it, you can see the actual light on the LED there. I've also popped a clip just to show you what the actual light is like in the darkness, and how it backlights the actual LCD display. But also, as well as just having a light which just goes off for 1 second, it also features a 3-second delay as well. So if you just keep your finger on the 24-hour button, you will notice that it just says 3 just underneath there, and what you'll notice there is that this will stay on for 3 seconds. And I'll do it one more time, and there you go. And if you want to go back to 1 second, you just keep your finger on the 24-hour, and there you go, it's back to 1 second, as you can see there. So it's quite a nice little feature there. Right, so now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to pop it on my wrist and just show you what it's like, on the wrist, and say what it's like to wear. Now this has got to be the smallest watch I've had on my wrist ever really. I mean, it is, you can't feel it. I mean, it is obviously, I think as I said, it's around 21 grams in weight, and it is, there is nothing to this watch really. And it is small. I mean, if you do like have a small wrist, or you want a small watch to feature on your wrist, then this might be a watch worth considering, especially one with the blue fabric and obviously the blue pushers and what have you here. It's quite a nice watch to wear really. You can't feel it on your wrist, and obviously the usual wrist banging into the watch test, you can't feel it at all because it is small. The other thing as well, I mean, there is a smaller watch than this that I'm aware of, that I've found out, which is a Casio AQ-110W, which is even smaller than this watch, which is about 26 millimeters in like diameter, which I'll pop a little a little photo of it there. It is even smaller than this, so if you do feel that you want a real small watch, then check that out. I mean, it is definitely a kind of ladies watch in the way it looks, but again, in comparison to this, I mean, it is, I do like the display. I mean, the display is quite easy to read from us, even from a distance going on there. But in terms of how it feels, obviously I can't feel it on my wrist. It is minute in comparison to some of the watches. But as a watch, I mean, if you are, as I said, small wristed, or you're a lady or a child who's after a watch like this, then I just think it's a great little watch really. And again, like with its simple, honest display, a watch that's easy to read at a pinch, and it's got loads of modes and loads of kind of functionality. You can't go wrong really, and I think it is around the £20 mark, if I'm right in thinking, on Amazon, so not expensive either. So have a look. So we hope you like the watch review going on here. If you did like the watch review, then click on the please click on the like button below. It always helps. And please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more watches coming soon to the We Try Anything channel, plus other things as well. As I do promise cars, other tech and stuff like that. But I've got quite a few other watches coming up soon. So thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.